Guys, I am so freaking pumped to tell you that I have resigned from my 9-to-5 normie job. What does this mean? I am going all in on Crypto Poppy. Wait for my CPD Gen Studios to come out. Guys, Bored Apes, you changed my life. Guess what, boys? It's time to take the plunge. What is going on, everybody? Crypto Poppy here. Good to see you tonight. Boy, am I pumped for this live stream. If you know what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Ether Cards today. And we've got Andreas, the founder of Ether Cards. And I had the pleasure of speaking with him a little while back, maybe about a month ago. And he just blew my mind in terms of the Ether Cards project and what they're doing and just his knowledge overall. So I am so pumped and so excited to have him on the show. And we're going to pick his brain. And so let's bring him up. What's going on, Andreas? How are you tonight?
Very well, thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. How are you doing?
Absolutely, man. I'm so pumped for this. Like I told you off stage, after the last time we talked, I went and bought some Ether Cards, but I feel like I'm like your perfect client. So tell us about the project itself, Ether Cards.
Okay. Ether Cards is very simply, it could be very complex, but we can put it in very simple terms. Ether Cards is a platform that lets you, the person with a community, to grow and engage and technically monetize that community, and while using NFTs. This is it. If I want to put it in one sentence, this is it. This is a platform for anybody with a community to grow, engage, and monetize that community utilizing NFTs. And we don't need to worry about or be afraid of the word monetizing, because what we are talking about here is that with these NFTs, you can give value to your community. And then it's natural that the community will give value back to you. And that's what we are talking about. That is what the Ether Cards platform enables anybody to do with a community.
Amazing. So one of the things that struck me about it is that your client base seems to be more people like me building a community, but would there be any reason for anybody out there to speculate on sort of the value of the cards themselves?
I dislike the word speculation, and if you ever talk to my community and everything else, you will see that I always against speculation. What I'm more for is long-term stable value. Okay. So what we are trying to do with Ether Cards as well is to look beyond the hype. Because if you think about it, there is only a few very select blue chip NFTs can ever be in existence. There never be 50 10,000 collections with the floor price of 50 Ether. That's just not possible. There is no market for that. So we will have punks, we will have Bored Apes, we will have a couple of other selected high value NFTs, and that basically is the market. The rest is the competing, but probably unsuccessfully. There will be never like hundreds or thousands of these. But if you can provide a system where NFTs can actually give value and utility to any community, then we are talking about hundreds of thousands or millions of communities that can actually utilize this system. And that is what interests me. That is what interests Ether Cards. And from this point of view, this is what we are going for, and what we are trying to do, that the original Ether Cards holders should benefit, not from one NFT series going to the moon and potentially back, but hundreds of thousands of other projects and communities utilizing the system. And the way we build it, with the help of Dust and with the help of all the mechanisms that we built in, that if you have one of the original Ether Cards, you will benefit from not one or two, but all the hundreds of thousands or millions of projects utilizing the system. So that's what I'm more excited about than floor price at any given moment.
Yeah, and I agree with you in terms of having looked at the project, which is why I asked the question. I want to make sure that the audience understands that as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is a very different project than I think even I'm used to investing in. Right? Actually, like I said, I might probably be a client, even first and foremost. Right? So, how did this idea come by? How did you get started in this space?
We started a long time ago in 2013 when Bitcoin was $10 and Ethereum did not exist. We wanted to engage with the blockchain ecosystem because we saw the value in it, and we started with building and deploying Bitcoin ATMs in Asia. After that, we wanted to do something. We actually had a proto token market. We forked Ripple. Again, Ethereum did not exist. We forked Ripple. We removed XRP, so it cannot be pumped and dumped. And we built in ring signatures from Monero to make it more private. And we basically built a distributed asset management system in 2014 when anybody could issue their own tokens. That was really, really, really early. And later that year, Ethereum beta came out, later 2014. And the technology was so much better than ours that we basically just dropped our tech and started to work on Ethereum. So this is how we started. We have been working on Ethereum, building smart contracts from the beta days, since the beta days. We started working with NFTs as well more than 3 years ago, and we really very quickly went through this phase of, yay, we can put a JPEG on a token, and then we wanted to see what else we can do with the technology. What utility we can give to NFTs. So we built ticketing systems, we built connections between physical objects and NFTs. It was 3 years ago. We had working demos. Nobody cared because nobody was actually excited about NFTs yet. But what we realized that the technology can be used for a lot more than vanity, than for visuals. You can actually put practical use behind NFTs, utilities, and that's we started to build, especially when we realized that there is a good opportunity to build a system that can help to fund and monetize projects that are traditionally very hard to monetize. For example, if you want to build a project around education or want to build a project that helps a lot of people but in a sustainable way, and if it's a sustainable way, that is not going to generate huge amount of money for a VC so they can get in and invest in your project. So we have a lot of projects, like, for example, think about it, all the research. Yeah.
Andreas, sorry to interrupt you, because someone in the chat said the same thing that I'm hearing. Do you have the ability to lower your mic a little bit? Believe it or not, your mic is so good that it's really loud.
Is it any better now?
Maybe, yeah.
Hold on. Let me just give me a sec.
No problem.
I hope I'm using the right mic because sometimes you never know with Linux. So let me see. Is it any better? Or
yeah, it's still pretty loud. It's actually so good. It's just super loud.
give me a chance. Let me check. Let me check.
No problem.
I see. It looks like I am. Hold on. I know what's the problem.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I appreciate you pointing that out.
I'm very sorry. I should have checked it.
I can make out what you're saying, but when he said it, it made me realize. Yeah, I think it's.
I'm using the wrong mic, and that gives a very bad quality. So give me a second. Let me check. Okay. How about now? Is it any better?
I think so. Listen.
Hold on. I cannot hear you. I'm sorry. This.
That's okay.
Okay, I have ears now. Is it any better?
I think I can hear you okay. Guys, can you hear okay? Chris, can you hear?
Is it still the same kind of
Yeah, there is a little bit of an echo still.
I would unfortunately would have to restart my computer to get that fixed. This is one of the problems with using Linux.
I can hear you okay. Can you guys hear okay?
I have seen the problem before. If you give me 1 minute, I will try to
Sure.
fix it.
No problem.
Just give me a second. So very sorry about this. I will lose my ear for a minute.
Yeah, they're saying they can hear okay. So it is a little bit of an echo, but it's fine.
I'm very
There
sorry
we
about
go.
that. Usually,
No problem.
I have a very good mic. I did not check it before the stream. I will check one more thing. Hold on. Oh, there we go. How about now? Is it better?
Oh yeah, there we go.
I'm sorry
There we
about
go.
That's what you get for using Linux.
Big change. Yeah. So
I'm sorry. Yeah.
one of the sorry, continue if you remember where you were.
We were talking about. No, I don't remember where
I
we were.
don't either. Well,
So
let's start with this. So, one of the things that you notice right away when you go onto your site is exchange dust for punks.
Yeah.
And obviously that's really interesting to a lot of people. There's a couple things there. There's a tokenization system, right? And then there's also the fact that you're providing a means to utility through CryptoPunk. So explain how all of that works.
Yeah. Give me a sec. Can I show it? Is that okay?
Absolutely. I think this is a very visual thing, and I'd love for you to show it.
Yeah, let me give me a sec. Let me get to the pools. Okay, let me share my screen. Share screen. There we go. Okay. Okay, please feel free to add. Yeah, so these are the dust pools. So the dust pools are pools of NFTs that you can redeem for dust. Dust is an ecosystem token for Ether cards, and when we switch it on, it will start accumulating on every Ether card. So if you have an Ether card, you will soon notice that it will start trickling dust on it. So you will get dust on it, and then you can claim that dust, and then it becomes an ERC20 token in your wallet. So it's basically something that you need to dust off your cards from time to time, because if it fills up, it will stop collecting. So you need to kind of pay attention and dust off the cards, and then you will start getting the tokens.
Interesting. Okay. I noticed today I went in there. Sorry, I do have an Ether card. And I noticed that I had some dust in there. Yeah. And I also noticed that it asked me to check in like my highest card.
Yeah.
So what was that about?
That is only because we have so you can redeem dust. You can dust off cards two ways. One is that you can do it one by one, or you can use that feature where it will claim the dust from all of your cards at the same time to you. So basically, instead of having to, because some poor people have this problem of having like over 200 Ether cards, and we feel for them, so we created a feature so they can dust off the cards in one go instead of having to go one by one. So this is a convenience feature. So what you can do with dust? You can do right now. What you can do with dust is to come to the pools and redeem one of the available NFTs. As you can see, the community took all the 200 founder cards. We will probably add more. Took all the 30 MeBits, took most of the alpha cards, and took already 6 out of 27 CryptoPunks. So people collected the dust from the cards, and then they have enough. They can just come to this page. You can click on collect to wallet, and you redeem a CryptoPunk from our CryptoPunk pool. We had 27 punks to start with, and now we have 21. And the fun part is that we actually dropped enough dust on the cards, on Ether cards, to redeem it all. So technically, this is for free, because we dropped enough dust on the cards for free that enables you to claim all the punks. But of course, it's an ideal condition if you collect all the dust from all the cards. Yeah. But It's out there. So, and what is going to happen every time when a new drop comes using the EtherCards platform, you will see new dust pools appearing with cards from that, with NFTs from that particular drop. So when Dirty Robots autumn season comes, when his Wizards will come, when GRD drops, when all the other projects create their drops, you will be able to redeem a small percentage of that from with dust, and you can get the dust from free from your cards, from your Ether cards. Very simple. You will also be able to use the dust to engage with the self-service platform. So everything that we do, everything that we are building with our partners, for example, this I will show you this later. For example, these amazing dynamic NFTs where you have different traits and you can do different features on the card and give discounts to your community. You will be able to do it for yourself, to issue the NFTs for your community. And there will be a self-service platform that we are aimed to release the first version, the beta of it, in November. You can get started as long as you have at least one Ether card. You can get started with that Ether card and with some dust and start building your own NFT collection, which is much more than a graphical collection. This may have features that make sense for your community. Redeemable traits, discount traits, other benefits. For example, you can put traits on your NFTs that lets your holders join to specific Discord rooms that is only available for those NFT holders and those trait holders. But even more things are coming. Let me show you something. This is a very early version of the system that you will get for free automatically with your NFT collection. As you can see in the video, the person connected MetaMask putting in a nickname is also putting in an email address, but it's not going to be there. So there will be no need for email. All you need is a nickname and to connect your wallet. And then let's say I am a person who is the part of CryptoPappy's community, and I have one of your NFTs, what you have created with the platform. So what I will do is I will connect my wallet, my address, and all the eligible NFTs will show up here. Let's imagine that this is a Dirty Robot NFT, and let's see that this is a CryptoPappy NFT. So what I can do, I simply select that CryptoPappy NFT and connect, and then immediately after I'm making a signature to prove that I own that card, after that I will be immediately dropped into a community space where everybody here is a CryptoPappy NFT owner by definition, because the only way to enter here is by owning one of your NFTs. And this space is going to see a lot of extension. There will be video streaming included, where you can stream to people who are having a card, and only for those people having a card. Of course, it's not going to replace YouTube, but it is going to enable you to do stuff that is only available for your NFT holders. And based on the traits that you create, you can actually specify what they can do. And this is the space where all the other stuff will come. For example, integrations with games, integrations with other projects. And also this will have a built-in marketplace for your NFTs only. So people can make offers to each other's cards, can see what other NFTs they have, and build a marketplace that is focusing on you and your community only, and it's not a generic marketplace. These features, the community space, the marketplace, and the other features will come with the NFT series that you issue with the EtherCards platform. And that is going to be your place. It's not going to be EtherCards. Okay, go on.
Right. Do you envision that if I leverage this to create my community, that we are in here instead of Discord? Is this the
Uh,
place you want the communities to be, or is this an enhancement in addition to Discord, which is where
at the
most
be-
communities are being built today, right?
at the beginning is definitely an addition to Discord. Later on, it might make sense to have a community space that is actually under under yours control and the community's control. This is a decentralized community that you can actually deploy and build for yourself and not depend on any other third party. Sometimes it's good to have a third party, sometimes it's good not to have a third party. This is something that you're going to be able to utilize for yourself and deploy for yourself, and you don't need ether cards for it. You don't need Discord, you don't need Google, you don't need Apple, you don't need any of the big guys to build, deploy, and engage with your community. What we are building is a community space that directly connects you with your community.
So, and I actually have an IT background, and in IT, there's such a thing as software as a service and platform as a service.
This is platform as a service.
This is platform. That's what I'm envisioning. Like,
yeah.
That's so cool. And so you provide this community space. How far are we from this being a reality?
I think we can go into beta, into a closed beta within a month with this one. This is actually operational. So what we see is actually the developer demoing the system, but is actually live. So this is actually operational. This is actually something that is out there. Oh, this is interesting. You see this change. So what happened is, watch to the top left corner. So this person, you remember at the beginning, he had two cards, two NFTs, one for Ether cards and one from Dirty Robot. So what he does here is picks and goes into the other community. Because he has two cards, two NFTs, he has access to both communities.
Okay. Wow, very cool. So the Ether cards themselves, so it feels like there's lots of different layers, and we're getting into kind of the layer where I leverage you to basically build out, maybe give me the tools that I need to be able to build out my community, including the token, the access token, right?
Yes.
Now the Ether cards themselves, what is all that about?
The way we see it, that as we have three kinds of cards based on their rarity. We have the OGs, only 90 pieces. We have the alphas, 900
Can you show those,
pieces.
By the way? Do you mind showing
Sure,
those? Because I think
sure.
The art is stunning on them. Like, look at that.
Yeah. So these are the creator cards. We have the creator cards, the 1-digit cards from 0 to 9. You can see it says creator. These are not on the market. These were given to specific people who were instrumental on the project. This is mine. Very modestly, I picked card number 0. This is Dave Appleton. This is Ben, my co-founder. This is Nick Johnson's card, who helped us a lot at the beginning. He's the original OG of Ether cards, and he's the founder and creator of ENS, Ethereum Name Service.
Oh, okay.
He's an absolute OG in the space. Yeah. This is the card of my designer who actually built the visuals of everything that you see here. This is a card you might actually recognize. This is a card of Tony Herrera. You know Tony Herrera. He is usually has a CryptoPunk with bucktooth and green hair, and so this actual punk was created by our amazing artist based on his CryptoPunk. So this creator card belongs to Tony Herrera. This card is of the card of Texture, who is one of the original Ethereum founders, and he has given us a huge help at the very beginning when I was nearly crushed by the pressure. So we gave him something like a tank, heavyweight protector. And then we've got 3 more cards who are not yet announced. Okay. And then we have the OGs. The OGs are the 2-digit cards. OGs are the 2-digit cards, and you can see have beautiful art on them. And we actually worked with 70 artists to make this happen. The OGs are the ones that are on the market. I don't know the floor price. I think it's around 40 to 50 ETH for the OGs.
Wow.
And the OGs are the most powerful cards. They will receive the most amount of dust. For example, when we drop the first
2 digits, so there's 0 to 99.
2 digits, so from 10 to 99.
Oh, 10 to 9. Okay, and they're 2 digits. And one of those is like floor 50 ETH.
I think so, or 40, something like that.
It does it 40 or 50. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah. Okay.
But it's only 90 of them. So this is not like, like Bored Apes where we have 10,000. It's only 90 of them. So it's a much smaller collection. Yep. So OGs gain the most dust. For example, when we did the original dust drop, each OG got 100,000 pieces of dust, and you would need 1 million pieces of dust to redeem a punk. So when you got an OG, by definition, you also got 1/10 of a punk, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, it has the most amount of traits. Also, it has the most amount of utilities, and it will have the most abilities to create communities of. Then we have the alphas. The alphas are the cards with 3 digits, very similar to OGs in appearance. You can actually, if I open a card, you will see that they actually have the traits on them, functional traits on them. They have dust. These cards, the cards still have 2,000 dust. Each alpha started with 10,000 dust. So that was the original, but then an additional 2,110 was dropped on them. Alphas have a lot of functional traits. You can actually turn them around. You can see the back, this collaborative art on the back. You can examine the layers. So this is a very nice collection.
That is so cool.
But also very useful, because with an alpha, you will be able to create multiple projects when the self-service platform is out. And then we have the cards, the third category, the founder cards, which are the 4-digit cards. So we have from 1,000 to 999, we've got 9,000 of them. This is fairly easily attainable. I think the floor price is floating around 0.3 and 0.5 ETH.
Yep.
Sometimes 0.6.
Yep.
So these are fairly easy to attain. Shouldn't say it's easy.
Yeah, to some people, $2 grand is still a lot. Yep.
relatively compared to an OG. But these are also very useful cards. So when you click on a founder card, you will see that there is no 2 sides. There is only one side of it. It has less amount of traits and less amount of dust. Somebody actually took the owner of this card took the dust off the card already. OG's founder started with 1,000 dust. So when it comes to the self-service platform, the plan is that you will be able to, as long as you have a founder card, the most attainable card, you can start your own community and you can enjoy all the benefits. But if you have an alpha, you will have space for like 6 or 7 or 8 communities. So you can start your own, you can start multiple of your own, or you can let others start communities on your estate. If you can think about it, this is just a visualization that I use for now. If you have a founder, it's like you have a moon where you can start your community. If you have an alpha, you have a planet with moons. So you can start your community and you can let others start their community as well. You may be able to sell the moon or rent the moon, but you can let others start communities as well. And if you have an OG, I am in my mental model, I compare OGs to like solar systems. So you have a solar system with several planets, and each planet have moons. So you've got a lot of space to start and engage with communities. So basically you need one card, even the least expensive one, to start your community. Basically that's your buy-in to use the system. And then you can utilize the self-service platform and and design and issue your own cards, own NFTs. It doesn't have to be card, it's whatever you decide. Everything will be included, visual design, so you can actually create your own sets of layers. You can create your own generative art if you wish, or you can just have plain images. It's your choice. You can visually design your NFT collection. You can tell how many pieces you want to issue. You can also put the functional traits on them and decide how you want to to distribute those traits. You can have physical redeemables, you can have discounts, you can have digital redeemables, and you can have access control functional traits on your cards that make sense for your community. And when you do that, you can decide to create your own community space, and it's going to be your space. As you can see, for example, Dirty Robot is doing the cards on dirtyrobot.com. It's not on EtherCards, but it's using the EtherCards platform. LaMelo Ball is on lameloball.io. Other people are using OpenSea, but they are using the EtherCards platform. So it is your space. We're not going to make a marketplace. We're going to let you create your own community space, your own marketplace, your own way to engage with your own community.
Okay. Somebody had a really good question here. Should Chris wants to know, should I buy 1 alpha or 10 founder?
I don't know yet. We the cards have different based on, it also depends on what you want to do with them. If you are a creator, you need to consider. If you are a collector, you need to consider, because benefits are different. For example, they get different levels of dust, and we are still working with our economist, who is an actual economist, to finalize how much dust each type of card will receive. And again, we are still throwing around ideas. What can you do with the multiple community spaces? It is fairly certain that if you have a founder card, you will be able to do a community. But if you have 10 founder cards, you can actually sell those for others to create their own community. But it could be that if you have an alpha, you may have the same amount of community space, but you have more options. Maybe you will be able to rent your moon instead of selling your moon for a community. So I don't know yet. It really depends on your angle. How you want to engage with the system is going to be, you are going to be more like a creator or more like a collector, and what part you are more interested in. For example, the other ways that you will be able to use where it is, we're able to use dust, not only to buy the cards, buy the NFTs from the dust pools, but also to reserve upcoming drops. So when Dirty Robots, Wizards coming, or let's say Crypto Puppies NFTs are coming, you will be able to, if the project owner agrees, you will be able to reserve them before the sale. Let's say the sale happens 2 months from now, but the page is up. You can say, okay, I'm going to use some dust and reserve one of these NFTs, upcoming NFTs. So when the drop comes, I know that I've got one piece, and that piece is going to be mine, without actually having to fight the gas wars or having to worry about missing that half an hour time period when all the NFTs will sell out.
Right.
So
So are you at this point still? I think what I'm hearing then is that the tokenomics of dust is not settled in a way. Like, right? You haven't decided how much supply there's going to be.
It is the truth that we don't have the final numbers yet. We have the mechanisms, but we are still fine-tuning. We also do community feedback into account, and then we are still working on that, on how the tokenomics will be out. There is a couple of things that we know for sure. We know the total issuance of dust, which is 5 billion. We also know that the total issuance will reach the chain in 10 years.
Okay.
We also know that in the first year, which is going to be 2022, 15 to 20% of the issuance will happen. We also know that 30% of all dust ever in existence will enter the ecosystem through the Ether cards. We also know how much percentage is set for ecosystem drops, how much percentage for set for incentivizing the community. But some of the details are still being worked out.
Okay. And is dust tradable today, like on SushiSwap or something?
It is.
Yeah?
It is. Somebody has set up a pool on Uniswap. It wasn't us. But very important, right now, dust is very illiquid. There is only like 35 million dust has, I think, or a bit less, was ever issued, because we only wanted to issue enough to kickstart the ecosystem and to make the NFTs in the dust pools redeemable. So there is no trickling that you cannot get dust rich as of now, because the trickling and the other sources weren't executed yet.
Right. Okay. So is there?
It is tradable.
Was it even trade at right now? If it
Oh
lacks
yes.
liquidity?
Oh yes.
I'm just curious. How much does it trade at right now?
It is surprisingly active. It is surprisingly active because people are putting dust together to redeem NFTs. So we noticed some people actually buying dust from others to redeem CryptoPunks successfully.
Well, that's what I was wondering, right? Like,
yeah.
Can I, doing the math, but I mean, with these illiquid tokens, it's the slippage is so high that sometimes
no. It's not illiquid in terms of illiquid as an NFT. It is rather liquid in terms of an ERC20 token. So that's not a big. That is actually manageable, but not surprisingly, right now the dust price follows the floor price of punks. It's not going to be always like that, but this is the market behavior that is logical. So right now, dust is around 30 cents, 30 to 40 cents. Thank you. 40 cents, because that's what makes sense in this context. But
it's tethered to the punk, right now?
Not officially, of course.
No, I don't mean officially, but...
Yeah. Yes. In some ways, yes. But when the trickling will start, and when the more usage to utilize dust will come online, that tether will break.
Right.
And it has to break in order to get a working and nice ecosystem. We just want to make sure that we don't flood the market with dust until there are ways for you to actually spend that dust.
Right. So that right now, the primary utility of dust, because we're not at the point where we're at, we haven't reached your vision of where you want this to go. So right now, people are speculating on dust based on the punks, and I'm sure once they sell out, then depends on what other utility you add to dust by then, right?
And we know actually the utility that is going to be added. First of all, we will have more dust pools coming in. As you can see, the other NFTs are rather popular when it comes to redeeming. We actually got somebody dried up, or people dried up the EtherCards founder pool. So there will be more drops coming. If everything goes well, then we will have 10 plus projects between the 15th of November and the 15th of December releasing on the platform. So we will see a lot more pools popping up here that people can utilize and use dust for. Also, the self-service platform, for certain features, you will be able to pay with dust. Also, you will be able to reserve NFTs beforehand with dust. And when your when you create your own marketplace and when you create your own community space, people will be able to use Dust to exchange to pay for the NFTs in that marketplace as well. So there will be a lot of utility of Dust, and there will be a lot of incentives to use Dust.
Okay. Can I upgrade from like founders to OG with Dust? Do you see
we can't do that because the definition of OG is that it has the serial number from 10 to 99, and there are no more numbers.
Right.
No more numbers. So there will never be more than 90 OGs.
But can I buy an OG off the marketplace with Dust? Do you envision that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. But we don't have more OGs. I think we've got like 2 OGs left in our vault, and the rest is all in the market right now.
Interesting. Well, yeah, and the same question applies to the Alpha was the other layer, right?
Yes,
level,
Alpha,
right?
OG, Alpha, Founder.
Yeah. So I could buy an Alpha.
We still have yes, and we still have founders in our vault, so that is possible that we can open up. And as you can see, the Alpha pool still have 26 NFTs.
Oh, there is an Alpha pool already. Okay.
There is an Alpha pool, and so you can actually use your Dust to get an Alpha. You need 55,000 Dust to get an Alpha.
Okay, and so I'm not clear on how often Dust supply gets, because this isn't like staking where you stake an NFT and you get constant back. So
no, it's constant. It's constant.
Oh, it is.
Once it is switched on, it's going to be constant.
Okay.
So once it is on, we did not switch it on yet, but once it is on, it's going to be constant. Every block you will see the Dust increase.
Okay, got it. All right.
But,
and so yeah.
But each card will have its own trickling rate. So an OG will accrue more than an Alpha, and an Alpha will get more than a Founder, and all the 3 categories will have their own limits as well. So they can fill up. So if you don't dust off your cards, they will fill up to their limit, and they will stop collecting until you dust them off, so they can start collecting again.
Well, I'm curious, what's the reasoning behind that? Is it to drive engagement?
It's to drive engagement, yes, and to disable a forgotten or lost card to start collecting a huge amount of dust that can never be recovered.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I like that. Wow. Okay, so I have a founder's card today. I also have a need to build a community today.
Yes.
How far can I get today where, with my founder's card?
Right now, as of today, you need to talk with me or one of my team members to get you on the beta of the platform. There is no automated way to get it done. My internal plan is, and please don't hold me to these dates, because we know how software development can go, but this is my belief that by the 15th of November, we will have an internal beta ready where we start using the self-service platform within the company to start rolling out projects. And once we did like 10 or 15 of these, which can be as quickly as 2 weeks, we will release the platform as a beta. From that point on, you are on, and you can do it without actually engaging with us personally.
Right. And with a founder's card, can I say I want 500 tokens, and I want those 500 tokens to be 2 types of art, and I want them to have, gold and silver traits.
Yes.
I get all of that with a simple
yes.
founder's card, right?
Yes. Plus, you will, not in the first version of the platform, but in the subsequent version of the self-service platform, you can actually say, I want these functional traits that gives discount to my followers, that lets them enter to these community spaces, lets them enter to these Discord rooms. They will be able to claim a digital NFT, a digital redeemable with a trait. They will be able to claim a physical redeemable with a trait that I put on my card on my community. So the first version of the platform will give you most of the visuals and the ability to get to the sale of your tokens. Everything is included, even the microsite that will let you do that sale. And then the subsequent version will get you the functional traits that, as you can see on, for example, on Dirty Robots cards. So the first version will get you the traits, even these traits, but the traits will not be functional yet. And the functionality and the setup of the functionality will come with the second big release of the platform.
Yeah. Do you have pricing on how you work all of this and how you charge for this?
Not yet, and it's very possible that at the beginning, all you need to have is an Ether card to engage. So no additional pricing. Of course, you will have to pay for transactions, but no additional pricing. Later on, there will be some pricing that you need to put in and you can pay with Ether or Dust to pay for the traits, because the NFTs are built in a way, even your NFTs will be built in a way that even after you issued them, after you sold them, you can add more traits on them. You can add more functionality on them. And for that, you will have to pay some sort of dust, but that will be something built in a way that the community who owns these cards will benefit from.
Have you thought about, like, obviously I'm clearly, your target market, but do you have examples? Have you envisioned who's actually going to engage with you? Who are the types of people that are building these communities? Do you have some examples of that?
Mm-hmm. I'll give you three actual examples that we are working with. One is, and it's going to be very far from, because I don't want to cover the examples that makes immediate sense. For example, you, an online personality, or an athlete, or an artist, like Dirty Robot. These examples are fairly straightforward. You can issue the cards and you put traits on the cards that make sense for your community, like percentage discount for your subsequent drops, gamifications, or like what Steve Aoki did with his forges to engage you to collect different NFTs, collect them, put them into a page like this, and then get rewards for it. This kind of gamification. This is easy when you are an online personality like you. You can get engagement to your community. You can get them access and engagement.
Yeah.
But what we want to do, we want to go beyond this. So let me give you some examples that might actually can extend our horizon of what can be done with this platform. We are engaging with a small startup from the UK who was created by a fantasy author, award-winning fantasy author, who worked together with mental health care professionals to write a story that can help you, the reader, to face yourself, face your inner demons, so to say, and move on, get better, improve, progress. And that is a story that they wrote, and they have an app. But not surprisingly, like many other things that are actually helpful for people, are not really monetizable. You will never get a VC to fund this because there is no hockey curve. There is no large amount of money that can come from this. You can only have a couple of hundreds or thousands of people who get better in their life, but that is not monetizable. I'm sorry. So what we will do with them, we will create NFTs that resemble books. You have the NFT and you can turn them around, like you can turn around an Ether card Let me show it to you. Like you have a card. Imagine that this is a book, larger one. You can turn around and you can start reading. And when you read, you will have to take choices. You will need to decide. You go this way, you go that way. You say this, you say that. And whenever you make a decision, the art on the front will change or actually gets revealed, gets built up. So when you start the book, it will come with a pretty much a blank cover. And as you go through the story, you will build the art on the front based on your story, based on your improvement, based on your engagement. And by the time you finish with the story, you will have an art that you have actually created by making your decisions. And this is going to be an NFT. So you can buy this, you can play this, and you can have you can have functional traits on them. For example, you may have a trait that you can burn and get an online meeting with an actual healthcare professional for an hour. So this is something that is very much beyond that we think that we can do with NFTs. And this is what we wanted to do with the platform since day one, to create a funding and monetization mechanism that can be used by projects that are actually very useful, but cannot be monetized in the traditional ways. Example 2, we are working with an indie filmmaker studio from South Africa who is creating an animation movie for and about autistic children. So you can, when you buy these NFTs, you will get fantastic perks. You can be part of the creative process. You can get you can redeem a physical redeemable, which is a prop from the stage. You will be able to be listed as part of the creative group who created this movie, and you can hold and trade these NFTs to support that particular project. And for that project will go out their way to provide you value. You will be able to directly talk with the authors. You will be able to get connected with people who can help if you need help in this regard. So these are the kind of projects that I can see that we can find hundreds of thousands of them that can engage and create NFT drops that are way beyond our conception of NFT drops as of today. And we are working with straight technical projects. I don't want to say names yet because I don't have the actual approval, but technical open source projects who are helping the blockchain ecosystem, and they can issue these NFTs and utilize them as you can buy them, and that entitles you to enter a protected space where you can get immediate technical support, for example, and other benefits. By holding that NFT, your application will unlock features that only available for the people who are holding that NFT. So it's almost like a pass and special user account, which works on a decentralized system. With this one, it is possible to actually monetize open source, open ecosystem, blockchain technological projects. And these are the things that I want to make sure that we don't lose focus of that, don't lose vision of that, and we are able to provide them a funding and monetization mechanism that does not exist today, and that can take them out of the death valley of please give us donation kind of things, because these projects could only survive on donations or handouts. And instead of that, we can give them an actual monetization and funding structure that works as long as they have a community around them.
Yeah, that's incredible. And one of the things I really think is impressive about what you're building, back to this being a platform as a service, is the first thing I noticed when trying to build something is that there are no blockchain developers. Like they're available. Like they're all swallowed up. They're all busy, and you're providing a means to someone like me who may not
Yes.
be there yet to launch an NFT. And in fact, you're in many ways you could replace almost everybody, like the artist, the developer, the front end, the back end, the infrastructure. Really, I just kind of need a community manager to help me, and this, and I'm able to launch my NFT, which is like super impressive.
Right now, blockchain developers, you need to pay them in like you need to give them their weight in gold or whatever, because it is a very demanding. So I feel extremely lucky and privileged to work with a dedicated team of amazing people. We've got 38 people on this project full time, with 20 plus are technical people. So this is a very, very big and very complex operation. And I've got people from the product side and from the technology side. I don't think I will ever be able to thank them properly, but I am doing my best to make sure that they benefit from it as well. And yes, what we want to build is a platform as a service that you can utilize without technological expertise, and use the technology for what the technology was meant for.
Yeah, and that definitely stands out in terms of just looking at your site and the size of the team that you have just listed on the site. That I'm so used to buying stuff with three anons listed on the site that it's impressive that everybody also has a picture and is doxed as well.
It is. We have one person who decided to stay anonymous, and we can live with that. But other than that, it's pretty much because we are. This is it for us. This is our life. This is not the project that pays us to do the job. This is our life.
Right.
I remember Nick Johnson, the ENS founder, was tweeted about it, that he has a dream. He had a dream about NFTs, that whether he should sell one of his creator card or something. Let me tell you, I have a dream about NFTs every night. That's what I do. When I wake up, it's always something about NFTs and the project that comes in. So this is not our job. This is our life, and we are taking it fully. This is it. This is our opportunity, and we are in 100%.
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about what you're building is that your clients. We don't know what this is going to be in 5 years. Your clients are going to challenge you to innovate further.
Yeah.
And this is probably going to look even very different than any of us can imagine right now.
Yes.
5 years from now, right?
And when we do that, when we create the innovation, then we will have hundreds of clients who can actually utilize that innovation instead of having to implement it one by one with 100 different development teams. Then we will always need for custom development. You can always come up with stuff that we cannot cover because there is not enough demand for that. But for that, we will have everything open source. You can actually get a developer and implement a brand new trade that sits on the blockchain as well and works with your system. So it will be open ecosystem, open market for trades as well. You can actually get it improved for yourself as well if you require so.
Yeah, it naturally. I don't know if people listening to this will understand what we're talking about, but naturally, having come from one of the largest cloud providers for that I worked for almost my entire life practically, I get what you're building. It's and we need people like you to build the infrastructure to make it easy on us to be able to innovate and focus on what we're really good at, right? And I don't know if if everyone can process what you're building here.
Not yet, maybe, but I think they will get to it, because what we are building basically is a decentralized community ecosystem where it is you and your community and nobody else. And you can run it in the decentralized ways. Everything important is on a blockchain, and everything else is available as open source front ends and open source backends. Because sometimes you need a backend, sometimes you need a aggregator service to speed up, or at least for the time being. But we will make sure that you will have access to that. So even if for any reasons Ether can cease to exist, all the projects will continue to work, and actually the system will actually continue to produce new projects as well.
One more question before we wrap up. Any thoughts around doing cross-chain stuff? Like, I mean, we've got so many other marketplaces coming up and so many blockchains that are doing NFTs now.
Yes, we are planning to do that. First thing is that we have been working with a very high profile branding firm since September. We are going to rebrand because, frankly, we are neither completely Ether nor completely cards. So Ether cards was a good choice, but it cannot take us as far as we want to go. So we are rebranding. We are going to be neither Ether nor cards, because neither of those words define us the way we want them to define us. Very soon, I think latest in January, we will have the rebranding. And that kind of also implies that we are absolutely not married to Ethereum. I've been working with Ethereum since beta. I think Ethereum is the one that is going to be the dominant chain, but this is just what I think. My personal feeling is very different from what the business decisions what we are making, and the business decisions are that we are covering everything where there is markets to cover, and we are working with Chainlink, our technology partner, to go with them and deploy on the main net of other chains, which is covered by Chainlink. And Chainlink is covered by Chainlink is covering 20 plus other layer ones.
Yeah. Well, you can see, like, if you're a part of being a platform as a service in the space, would potentially be allowing me to create a community and not force them onto any blockchain. Because I do think
That's
in
right.
the future, right, we're gonna get people who are they're
right.
soul heads, and I just want to buy on Solana. I want to be part of your community, but I only want to buy on Solana. And then you got ETH maxis over here, right? And even Bitcoin NFTs are coming out now.
Let me not. But you are right. We need to make sure that as long as the layer one is actually capable, you should actually take an NFT that was created with the EtherCards platform and transfer it between chains. So this is absolutely what we are aiming to do. This is going to be a journey. I don't think I can even put dates on it before like the Q2 of next year, because we are actually working with Chainlink, and they are actually building a technology that going to make it much easier than now.
Right.
So dates are to be determined, but we are absolutely looking into that. And not only layer ones, but we are also looking into layer twos, because we want to be able to utilize the same technology and make sure that somebody can profitably sell an NFT for $5.
Right. Mind blowing, man. Mind blowing. This stuff is, I'm a techie geek, so I love this stuff. it might not be for your collector speculator, but you definitely have a huge opportunity if you build this right, and I can't wait to engage with you on this.
Thank you. I will check and reach out, and we can get started. I think I've got a plan. We will discuss it offline, but I think we got a plan that we can actually start moving with it very quickly.
Amazing. All right, Andreas, thank you so much for coming by. Again, blew my mind with all this knowledge and what you're building. And look, I wish you the best of luck, and we'll definitely be engaging offline. So we'll definitely be in touch anyway.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure to talk with people who get what we are building, and they see the vision where these things can actually move to. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for coming. All right, guys. Thank you, Chris, for subscribing. Checking out now, guys. Peace.